Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I want to do this video before it drives me nuts, because sometimes, if I have an idea for a video, it'll play over and over in my head again until I do a video about it, and it doesn't bother me no more. And it's about something called a video caster. Now, I want to dedicate this to my sister, because she knows what it is, and also to some fellow classmates that used to go to a place in Edinburgh called Home Video Exchange, which sold this item before they said they weren't allowed to sell it anymore. And I did another video about forgotten 80's tech. I did something about the video disc player. Was the very first thing I ever bought. Well, my dad ever got. Because he was thinking about getting a VCR and said, oh, this is cheaper. Let's get this. From Ace Electronics, I think a video disc player. This is before Laserdisc. And speaking of that, my uncle gave me his Laserdisc in collection in like 2000 or something like that. And this is one item he never watched. This is the one, it's a 2-disc set last summer he never watched. I should probably, if I can get that to work again, I should probably watch this and do a review of that. It's not my uncle. Because I know my dad didn't want to see it when whenever we got it, he wanted to watch it. I don't want to see that. Oh, it's football, baseball. That's it. And with the laser disc player, it broke twice in less than 2 weeks. And whenever it broke the first time, we took back Mace Electronics. They gave us another one. It broke again a few days later because you had this one. It wasn't a laser disc. It was a video disc. It was encased in a cardboard sleeve. You had to push it in a certain way, and it would stay in there. It stayed locked in there. And if you did it wrong and put it wrong, it would break. And the guy said, these are junk. We're getting rid of them. And that was a good thing because Mace Electronics is the only place that rented those too. Because they rented those discs and they also rented video tapes, VHS tapes. Because the VHS that my dad said, well, let's get this because it's cheaper. The VHS was like another $35, another $30. And whenever he took it back and he said, well, hell, I'm getting a VCR. This is junk. And which was a good thing because like a week or two after he took it back, Mace Electronics stopped selling it and they stopped renting those video discs out. And that was the only place that I've ever known that rented those. And then we got the VCR that lasted like a long time, like it lasted at least over 10 years. And it had a wired remote, not a wireless remote. A wire remote that was a remote control with a long wire that plugged in the front of the VCR. And the nice thing about the video disc, when I did the video, I actually found out more information through YouTube. Now, the disheartening thing is I had an idea to do the video caster Monday night, I think. And I was thinking about it, and I said, well, I'll just do it over the weekend. And when I was thinking about Monday night, and then, after work, I was going to look up information about it. I was really disheartened to find no information about the one we got on YouTube. So I looked up and I couldn't find, I found something called the Rabbit Multiplying Video Caster. That was made around the same time, but on eBay. But I didn't see any, they have video caster stuff on YouTube, but it's like wireless internet video caster, but they don't have anything for what we got a long time ago. So I'm doing this video for my sister, and also I'm going to share it with Greg or John. Maybe they know about it. When we first started renting stuff, there was 2 places in Edinburgh. There was Knight's Video Store, which I never went to. I think I went in there once. Because Dad said he didn't know where it was at. And I told him where it was at. I don't want to look for it. And we always went to Home Video Exchange, and my dad was always mad at the place because he said, they have nothing but horror films there. But we did rent movies, regular movies there, too. And they had, like, around with all the movies, they had, like, a thing of, like, different items like tech that goes with your VCR, like a video disc cleaner, which we had. A VCR cleaner, which one you just push in there. I guess it cleans it automatically. It's like a tape plate that cleans it. We had one of those, and they had like something like they had like this coaxial cable made of like a certain material, like a bronze or something like that, supposed to leave superior quality picture. I didn't see any difference. We bought that for like $8. There was no difference in it. But they had a video caster there. And I remember I described it as a giant ho-ho. Big, it was black, like this. About that thick and like round like that. It had like on-off switch. It might have had an indicator light saying it was on, maybe. He had a plug to plug in the wall, and it had like I think it had like a little other coax that came out of the hook in the VCR, I think, and it was like $50. And Dad wanted to get it because what happened was, this was back when we lived in the big house in Cranesville, way before we went to the trailer. And the house in Cranesville, we used to live in a house for a long time, a regular house. And it had like two stories, and it had like different. We had different rooms, and the VCR was pretty much in the downstairs basement. Well, not basement, but downstairs living room. But it had like a fireplace was there and stuff. My dad had like a little video cart, TV cart that he had on the bottom, and this way he could watch it. You know, he could transmit it to his room or like Mom would say, I don't want to see the movies. I don't want to go downstairs all the time. And he could broadcast it to play in their TV up there. It was on Channel 3. And we did that too. We found out we got it, and I rented the movie It's a Lie. No, It Lives Again. And it was always weird because I remember, because I was a big Larry Cohen fan, I only rented a couple of his movies back then. And then when I got in Germany, I saw more of his stuff. Like, I saw The Stuff. He directed a movie called The Stuff, which I saw in the house in Graysville. But I mean, other movies like Isle of the Alive, which I was very happy, the third and final sequel to the It's Alive movies. And Q, Not Refused with Mr. Happy, 0121. And also Return to Salem's Lot, which a lot of people hated. And, he did the It's Alive movie about the monster baby. And with It's Alive, the very first one came on 73, I think. It was rated PG. And then the next one came on 77, rated R. And the one that's rated R, 77, had barely any bloodshed at all. There's a scene where the monster scratches a guy's face. And it's really clear, and you see blood. And that's the only really bloody scene in the movie. The first It's Alive was very much more violent and bloody, and it was PG rated, which really shocked me. The MPA gave It Lives Again a R rating. Well, anyways, I think that was the very first movie we rented. I watched it upstairs in the parents' room. Of course, Mom wasn't there, or then she'd raise holy hell. But no, the quality was great. I remember that's back when they had a show called What's Happening Now, which was like they did a second version of the show, What's Happening. It was syndicated. I remember seeing it on Sundays too. I think we saw it a Saturday or Sunday. And they made some difference, some reference to something happening in the basement. We thought that was funny. You know, my sister and I, but we watched it, and it was a great picture and stuff, you know. And I loved the Video Caster. Now, I guess they had it for a while, and then they all of a sudden, you didn't see it anymore. I said, what happened to the Video Caster? And they said, I can't remember, because a lot of these videos I do are from memory. And they even said it violated FCC regulations, so you weren't allowed to broadcast a signal, or there was another company that made this, and it was trademark violation. I think Rabbit, and you can find that on eBay, I guess, and so they weren't allowed to sell it anymore. So that's the last I've seen of that item, and we had it for a long time. And there were, we used a lot. My mom used it too. I remember we rented. Now this is one time. Usually we weren't allowed to watch certain movies with the way my mom and dad were. We actually rented Crimes of Passion, the uncut. That movie's filthy. We watched that. I was shocked. Your father won't like this movie. It was like a raunchy thriller and stuff like that. I'm surprised they didn't complain about us watching that. I mean, that was in high school and stuff. They would complain. Boy, they complain about horror. I mean, I get it ranked Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which I loved. And Mom said, well, I want to see it too. Play it. I said, I already watched it like twice. And she said, Mom, you're not going to like it. Well, I'll play it. I'm curious to see how it is. And it went a certain, and they had like the first killing, no big deal. And then the second one was when Chop Top came in to terrorize that girl. They had like a recording of it. The one, and said for Rusty, the one chainsaw attack. And he's like, he goes, I love that movie. Man, what was that, the Rambo 3 soundtrack? And he goes, music is my life. And then he did something, he's like, time for incoming mail. He started hitting this guy in the head with his sledgehammer. And I was like, shut this off, shut this off. Kenny, I don't want him watching this movie. I don't want him watching this. And I was like, I already watched it. Ha ha, I already watched it. My dad's like, your mouth always gets you in trouble. Your mouth always gets you in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong. She's nuts. And anyways, I mean, you know, that's how it went. I had to mention that story too. I wonder if my sister remembers having a video caster. And along with that, I mean, it lasted a long time. And it was weird. Sometimes my mom would fall asleep with the TV on. It'd be on channel 3, and I'd be watching a movie with the video caster off. And it would still send a faint signal up there. Because I remember seeing I already seen Day of the Dead like twice. Because this is back, we rent a movie and we might watch it a few times. And not every movie. I think I saw Day of the Dead. I was going to watch it a third time before we took it back. And this was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. I don't. You know, there's so many movies out there where you're lucky to see something once. But back then we didn't have cable or anything like that. I remember watching, Jody said, you better shut that off because it has a faint signal up there. If Mom sees it, she's going to raise, holy hell, you got it. And I said, okay. Because they didn't know it. They didn't know that movie was gruesome. But that was about it. I remember using that for a while, and then, well, there goes Maggie in the litter box again. And I was in the, you know, of course I was in the Army. I came back, you know, a house here, and we still had the video caster. My sister said, well, we had it for a while and it just stopped working. Okay, I tried using it for something to broadcast the image to my TV because I have cable in there, and it didn't work at all. I don't know. And that was, I think we pitched it after that. I thought maybe Dad had, I don't think he has that. I doubt it, you know. But it was a cool thing. I can't find any information about it. I went through Google Images. I can't find any photo of it. So I don't know. If anyone has any info, let me know. It was just a big round thing. It had like an on-off switch, 2 connectors, and that was it. It was like $50. And my dad's like, well, it sucks it don't work anymore. And Dad's like, well, we got a use out of it, which was true. So I hope you like this video. I'm going to send this to my sister, see if she remembers. I know she does. I might send this to some other people like John and Greg Ropp, who used to hang out at that place all the time. I know my friend John used to call it Lampman's. And then whenever it switched ownership and it became Papa Ropp's home video store. Yeah, I remember going there a few times too. So I hope you like this video, everybody. Until next time, please take care of my Legion. I had to do, because with some of these videos, I have an idea and it keeps playing in my head till I actually put it on video and upload it. Cause, the one thing about making movies, making these videos, which I love doing, is, I have a voice and it's cool to just tell stories and stuff like that. I really enjoy doing that. And I hope you enjoyed this story too. But I was telling my sister and all my fellow classmates if they remember the video caster from the Home Video Exchange, only place I've ever seen it at. I didn't bother to look for that rabbit because we already had one. It's like, and maybe that might have been more money. I don't know. So I hope you like this video, everybody. Until next time, like I said, take care.